Picture this: a night forest in the Midwest backwoods, thermal camera rolling. In the frame, a deer staggers through the darkness, emaciated, eyes vacant, moving like it doesn't understand where it is or what it's doing. The camera slowly zooms in, revealing the eerie truth. Now imagine something that isn't quite alive, but isn't dead either. It doesn't breathe. It doesn't reproduce. It has no DNA. And yet it kills with 100% lethality. It survives in soil for years, shrugs off boiling temperatures, ignores disinfectants, and laughs in the face of radiation. And right now, it's slowly, very slowly edging closer to humans. If you think this sounds like a horror movie script, think again. This is an official CDC term, chronic wasting disease, or CWD. You might know it by its more unsettling name, zombie deer disease. Here's something to remember. We'll circle back to this later. It cannot be killed. Before this video ends, we're going to test just how true that statement is, and more importantly, what you can actually do to protect yourself. In 2024, a strange report surfaced in a medical journal. 2 men, both hunters from Texas, died from Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, a fatal prion disease that turns the brain into Swiss cheese. Both had eaten venison from the same deer population where zombie deer disease had already been detected. Both developed rapid-onset dementia, seizures, personality changes, and within months, both were dead. Doctors noticed something chilling. These patients weren't just similar, their cases were almost identical mirror images. 1 case might be a coincidence. 2? That's a red flag. Were we witnessing the first cracks in the so-called species barrier? The clue that could rewrite everything? But hold on, before we dive into full apocalypse territory, here's the crucial disclaimer. The CDC officially states there has never been a confirmed case of CWD in humans. Even with these 2 Texas hunters, we can't definitively prove zombie deer disease was the cause. This is suspicion, not ironclad fact. Yet, it's a suspicion that's got prion experts on edge, folks who've already survived the mad cow nightmare. To crack this case, we need to unmask the monster behind it all. This isn't a virus. It's not bacteria. It's not even a fungus. It's just a protein, a molecule that exists in every single one of us. Except this one folded the wrong way, turning rogue. A prion is essentially a zombie version of a normal brain protein. When it touches a healthy protein, it forces that one to misfold too. It's a domino effect, one corrupted protein infecting another, spreading like a silent plague through your brain, leaving holes like a sponge. Think of it as the perfect serial killer. One that can't die because it was never alive. Antibiotics? Forget it. Antivirals? No dice. Boil it? It endures. Hit it with standard disinfectants? It shrugs. It doesn't replicate like life, it just rewrites your biology, protein by protein. And prions aren't picky about hosts. They've already ravaged herds in the mad cow epidemic across the UK and Canada, decimated sheep and cattle. Now, they're entrenched in deer and elk across North America. But why does this history feel like a clue? Let's detour into the past, because it's a petrifying preview. Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease? That's the human prion nightmare. Bovine spongiform encephalopathy mad cow? That's when prions jumped from cows to people via tainted beef. We've seen prions breach the species barrier before. The fear around CWD? It's not paranoia, it's pattern recognition. Now, here's where the plot thickens into something truly nightmarish. These prions don't just vanish when the host dies. Imagine a CWD-infected deer collapsing deep in a Pennsylvania or New Jersey forest, places where this disease is already knocking on the door. No one finds it, no one tests it. The body decomposes, seasons cycle, grass sprouts, but an invisible killer lingers. Studies reveal CWD prions retain infectivity in soil for years, 1 to 4 years in natural and farm soils. Picture a young buck grazing that same spot a decade later, oblivious. It's just munching grass. But the soil holds a deadly secret, a biological time bomb written in prions. Is this the petrifying loop that turns innocence into infection? This elevates the story to an ecological thriller. Prions detected in soils across hard-hit regions, lingering in agricultural lands years post-exposure. And here's the human hook in this web. What embeds in soil doesn't stay buried. Plants absorb it, Deer eat the plants, and suddenly, it's on a hunter's plate, or worse, in your backyard grill. On paper, CWD is a wildlife issue. In reality, it's a map staining red across America. Per CDC and USGS data, as of January 2026, CWD is confirmed in at least 36 states and several Canadian provinces. Deer, elk, moose, the staples of American hunting culture. With over 11 million hunters nationwide, venison isn't some exotic dish, it's family tradition. When you bag a deer, you're focused on the shot, the ethics, that savory backstrap. But in the 2020s, a new shadow looms. Am I carrying prions back to my table? Enter One Health, the framework that exposes the illusion of separation. It's no buzzword. It's the stark truth that boundaries are blurring. Visualize 3 interlocking loops. Animals, deer herds where CWD simmers and surges. Environment, soil, water, plants hoarding prions for years. Humans, hunters, families eating the harvest. When that species barrier frays, the myth of just a deer problem unravels too. It's our problem now. Let's cut to the chase. Has CWD officially jumped to humans? As of today, no. CDC is adamant, no confirmed cases, even in the Texas hunters saga. But here's the lingering suspicion keeping labs buzzing. Lab tests infect primates with CWD. We've danced this dance in the 90 seconds with mad cow assured it was just cows, until bodies piled up. So, the verdict? Vigilance. Health officials urge: skip meat from confirmed CWD positives. Test harvests from hot zones before digging in. If you're hunting or in CWD territory, here's your survival checklist. 1. Scout CDC, USGS maps for your area's status. Ignorance isn't bliss. 2. Test meat from risky spots, especially if the deer seemed zombie-like, skinny, dazed, drooling, stumbling. 3. Ditch positive tested meat or anything from visibly sick animals. 4. Glove up for field dressing. Avoid brain, spinal tissue that's prion central. Recall our opening hook. This predator can't be killed. It's mostly true prions defy destruction, lurking in soil eternally. But we've got a counterpunch. Knowledge. Test meat, monitor spread, tweak hunting regs and farming. The real question isn't if CWD crosses over, it's if we're ready when it tries. What about you? Would you chance a venison steak from a CWD zone, negative test or not? Spill in the comments. And next video, we'll dissect how prions shatter our ideas of life itself. Stay sharp, stay safe, and rethink that next hunt.